And now let's tell you what's happening in the Russia-Ukraine war. The world may have narrowly escaped a nuclear disaster there. Over the weekend, powerful explosions hit Europe's largest nuclear plant. The Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant came under attack. The UN's nuclear watchdog is raising an alarm again. Rafael Grossi is the Director General of the IAEA, that is the International Atomic Energy Agency. He believes the Zaporizhzhia plant could be the most dangerous place in the world right now. Those are not my words. Grossi has issued a dire warning. I'll quote him again. Until we have this plant protected, the possibility of the nuclear catastrophe is there. Nuclear catastrophe, that's what he says. Now, what happened this weekend is being described as a close call. Reports say the Zaporizhzhia plant was struck at least 12 times. Some of the plant's buildings and equipment have been damaged. The IAEA has a team on the ground. Reports say they saw some of the explosions from their windows. They sent back a report. The list of areas damaged is rather long. It includes a radioactive waste and storage building, cooling pond sprinkler systems, and electrical cable to one of the reactors, condensate storage tanks, even a bridge between another reactor and its auxiliary buildings. The IAEA experts reported some damage across all areas. Meanwhile, Moscow is blaming Kyiv for the latest round of shelling. Listen in.
Large caliber artillery shells were fired. 8 of them exploded between the 5th Power Unit and Special Building Number 2. 3 hit between the 4th and 5th Power Units, and 1 hit the roof of Special Building Number 2. 2 more shells were fired along the power line that supplies energy to the power plant.
As always, Ukraine's response is to blame Russia. Ukrainian energy agency Energoatom issued a statement. It accused Russian forces of shelling the facility. So the blame game continues. Let me remind you, a nuclear plant has been shelled. The consequences of a nuclear disaster will be horrendous. A possible catastrophe could dwarf Chernobyl. The world cannot afford to have a nuclear plant become an active war zone. In recent months, efforts have been made to dial down the fighting there, but there has been little progress. Last week too, the IAEA made appeals. Listen in.
You know, what we are saying, what we are proposing is very simple. Don't shoot at the plant, don't shoot from the plant. My message has been very clear in the sense that whatever military goals are on the table, they should not include shelling of a nuclear power plant. And on this, I'm very clear with both.
Don't shoot at the plant. Don't shoot from the plant. It was that simple. But those appeals fell on deaf ears. The fears of a serious nuclear accident are now mounting. The IAEA has shot off another warning. Here is Rafael Grossi again. Explosions occurred at the site of this major nuclear power plant, which is completely unacceptable. Whoever is behind this, it must stop immediately. As I have said many times before, you're playing with fire. We couldn't agree more. The Russian forces took control of the Zaporizhzhia plant in early March. Since then, the world has been on edge, because Russian forces have used this nuclear plant as a military base. In August, a video emerged. Take a look. That video was from inside the Zaporizhzhia plant. Did you see those trucks? Those are believed to be Russian military vehicles. According to one claim, there were at least 5 of them. Where were they parked? Right inside one of the turbine rooms. These are connected halls, building inside a larger facility that houses the nuclear reactor. And those living near the plant are prepared for the worst. Listen in to what a deputy mayor had to say earlier this month.
What people fear the most is shelling. We are used to living next to a nuclear power station. The threat is there all the time. One day it has heightened radiation levels, another day something else. We are more or less prepared for such emergencies. We have personal protection suits, face masks. It was actually quite recently that we brought the masks so that everybody has them, just in case. But what scares us the most is the shelling, what our neighbors have in store for us.
Imagine that, living under the shadow of a nuclear catastrophe. Ukraine and Russia can end this by pulling their soldiers back. Unfortunately, we don't see any signs of a de-escalation yet. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.